we're going to be asking the candidates a series of questions, and their responses will be limited to 90 seconds. And the questions have been provided by both the Bangor Region Chamber, the leadership came up with some questions, and also by individual chamber members submitted questions too. And I will identify it when the members' questions arise. And I feel it's extra urgent to say that now, lest I be accused of plagiarism. Each candidate will be given a minute and a half, like I said. And if they go after each other, if someone points to another and is critical, then the person who is criticized, the candidate is criticized, I may give 30 seconds to give a rebuttal. The timekeeper's at the front stage, and she'll be keeping track of things. We'll keep a pretty tight ship. We're going to try to here. Yellow light will go on when they have about 15 seconds left. If you've allotted your time, the red light will go on, and that may cost you in your subsequent answer to a subsequent question. We might have to shorten your time if you go over. If you go under significantly, then perhaps we'll give you a little bit of extra time. Also, at about 7:15 or so, this is being videographed right now, recorded for community access television. We're going to give them some time to change tapes because it's an hour-and-a-half forum, and so a little under an hour in, they'll be changing tapes, and that'll only take a minute or so. So if you'll abide by that. Those are the ground rules. We'd like to start off, as I say, with the opening statements. Candidates introduce themselves. You get 2 minutes, and we're going to start on the far end with Rosa Scarcelli.
Thank you. Thank you, sponsors. It's wonderful to be here. This is a beautiful space. I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Wilton and Farmington, Maine. My father taught at the University of Maine at Farmington for 35 years, and both my parents were entrepreneurs, so I had the opportunity to learn from them about hard work and focus, but also believed always that education was the cornerstone of that. So I come from a background of educators and entrepreneurial thinking people. I attended the University of Maine at Bowdoin, where I graduated in 1992, and when I graduated from Bowdoin, there were no jobs, and we're back there again today. I decided to run when I looked at the field of candidates and knew who was getting ready to step in because it was their turn, and I felt that we needed a choice. Voters in Maine needed a choice between a business background or a career in politics, and I'm offering that choice to folks today. I recognize that you're not going to run Augusta like a business, but I'm an affordable housing provider. I house thousands of people in the state of Maine, from Madawaska to Old Orchard Beach. We're in 14 counties and 35 towns. So I have a perspective of public-private partnerships. I know government won't be, government and business are not the same. Businesses are not, in the habit of running jails or public service. But I'm in a business that provides a very important need to people every single day. Affordable housing is key to building a life. I want to see Maine grow. I want to bring my business sense, accountability, common sense, and focus to this race. I have a very different perspective and one that I think is badly needed right now in Augusta. I hope you'll be interested in learning about my vision for the state of Maine, and over this hour and a half, we'll have some questions for me. It's going to be a really good experience to learn the differences between us, and there are some. One thing I want you to take away from my presentation is that I am a governor who will fight every day to be number one. I don't accept that this is the best we can be. I've lived here my whole life, and I'm proud to be from Maine, and I want to make sure that every Maine child has an opportunity to stay here and succeed.
All right, thank you. Stephen Rowe.
Thank you, Jim. And I, too, want to thank the Bangor Region Chamber and Eaton Peabody for sponsoring this debate. And I just want to say I don't have to tell you how hard it is for many people in Maine right now, how many people are unemployed, underemployed, too many people are struggling. We all know that. And we need quality jobs. It's as simple as that. We need quality jobs. We need jobs that pay a living wage, and we need jobs that are sustainable. There's no silver bullet solutions, no magic answers. It's going to require a lot of hard work. There are 4 things that I believe that we must do and we must do well. Number 1, we must have higher educated workforce. Higher educated, more advanced skills, more knowledgeable workforce, number 1. Number 2, we have to reduce health care cost. Number 3, we have to reduce energy cost. And number 4, we have to improve our infrastructure, both our physical infrastructure and our telecommunications infrastructure. Now, this is going to require a lot of hard work, as I said. I'm no stranger to hard work. I was born on a farm, raised on a farm. I went to West Point. I served in the Army. I was a single parent with 3 small children. I know about hard work. I know about responsibility. I also know about fighting. When I was Speaker of the House, I fought to protect the health of Maine people. As your Attorney General, I fought the Bush administration and I fought corporate polluters to make sure that to protect our clean air, the air we breathe, and the water we drink. I also fought predatory lenders to make sure that Maine homeowners could stay in their homes. And I fought the big pharmaceutical companies to make sure that our seniors could afford the drugs that they needed and that their doctors prescribed. As governor, I'll continue to fight for you every single day. I'll fight to make sure that our children and our grandchildren can not only stay in Maine, but can stay here and enjoy prosperous lives. Thank you very much.
Libby Mitchell.
Thank you very much, and a special thanks to our host and for you for giving us your evening. What an important evening it is for all of us as we are traveling around Maine, having the opportunity to talk to Maine people about their hopes and their visions, because that's what this governor's race is all about. I am extraordinarily honored to have the opportunity to run for the Democratic nomination for governor of the state of Maine. In spite of the troubles that we've been through, as we sit in this beautiful auditorium, what a tribute to somebody's vision and their dreams. They didn't just give up when times got tough, and it looks to me that the Husson and the Bangor community is growing, and this building is a tribute to that kind of vision and perseverance. I want to talk to you just a bit, not about my background, because I hope you'll go to my website and we can talk about that later, but I want to talk to you a little bit about how I get things done. This has been the toughest economy that most of us have ever seen, and in spite of that, I worked with my colleagues in the Maine legislature, and we passed 2 budgets and 2 bond issues the Maine way, in a bipartisan way, but we didn't just cut. We invested in the future. How exciting to be thinking about what Maine is going to look like when we come out of this very dark time. And we're not out yet. All of us know that we have a lot of work to do. But you want results. You don't want gridlock, as Washington shows us. We don't do it that way. We do it the Maine way. We have shared sacrifice, but we're always looking to the future. In the legislative session that we just came through, we didn't just talk about jobs, but we passed a bond issue that will create jobs if Maine voters approve it. Over 2,000 jobs this summer. We need jobs now, as well as jobs for the future. We invested in offshore wind. We invested in green alternatives so that we can wean ourselves from the horrible dependence on fossil fuel. We are all fighting here for opportunities for Maine and for Maine's people, and to have our young people the opportunity to stay and to live and work in a state that we all call home.
Pat McGowan.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Husson College. Thank you, the Bangor Chamber, and thank you, Eaton Peabody. My name is Patrick McGowan. I'm a candidate for governor this year in 2010. I was born in Bangor, and I'm proud to be back here and to tell you about my ideas for the state of Maine. I was raised in Somerset County from a very, very large family. For those, many of you who know my family, I have over 45 first cousins, so I need a few more of you to help me win this election this year. But we think we can get there with a little bit of work. I've been working as a legislator for 10 years. I was appointed by President Clinton to run the U.S. Small Business Administration for New England. And I can tell you that during that time period, we helped 26,000 small businesses across this region with $5 billion in capital. And I can walk into a business in every county in this state and tell you how glad they were when we freed up the capital that allowed their business to grow and expand. For the last 7 years, I've been your conservation commissioner, which was the person who was charged with taking care of the most special places in our state. And during that tenure, we added 1 million acres. We added 1 million acres of land that is conserved, that's open, working forest, that will never be developed, but will be open for your children, for hunting, for fishing, for snowmobiling, and ATV riding. I have a vision for this state. The vision is called our 2020 plan, in which we look at the state of Maine on the 200th anniversary of our liberation from Massachusetts, and that we talk about where we want to be. Energy self-reliance, that we will grow the green jobs, the wind-powered jobs. The biggest investment that's happening in Maine is happening 45 miles from here on the mountains in Jimmy Mountain and Stetson Mountain and Kibbe Mountain. I have a plan. I'd like you to join my campaign, join my big, hard-working family that are nurses and teachers and mill workers, and help change this state with a good vision. Thank you.